I joined Psychology Today in 2005. There were maybe 20 therapists on it in all of San Francisco. I got clients from it almost immediately. It worked. It was genuinely one of the best marketing tools I had ever seen in private practice way back then. That's not the world you're working in anymore. And if you're still treating your Psychology Today profile as a marketing strategy in 2026, I want to have an honest conversation with you about what's actually happening on that platform, because I watched the whole thing from the beginning, and what it is now is not what it was. Here's the thing. When I first listed on Psychology Today, the whole concept was simple. You wrote a bio. It was the same 3 boxes that you get now. You listed your specialty, your fees, and clients who were looking for a therapist could find you. That's it. That was the whole value proposition, and it worked because of scarcity. If you were a private pay therapist in San Francisco in 2005, there weren't many places a client could go to find you outside of a doctor referral or knowing somebody who knew you. Psychology Today was one of the only directories that listed. Being on it meant being findable, and being findable was enough back then. The playing field felt genuinely level back then. A solo practitioner with a thoughtful bio had the same real estate on the platform as anybody else. Your profile looked like everybody else's profile. If you had a clear niche, good writing, and a decent photo, you could compete. I know because I did it. That window of that time was real, and now it's closed. So here's what changed, and I want to be specific because this isn't just it got more competitive. The structure of the competition changed completely, and this is what you need to know now. The insurance-backed industry platforms moved in. Grow Therapy, Alma, Headway, Rula, all those big guys. These aren't just individual therapists listing their profiles. These are companies with marketing departments, and some of them create multiple Psychology Today profiles per therapist on their platform. Let that sink in for a second. One therapist on Grow Therapy might have 4 Psychology Today profiles. You have 1. You wrote yours yourself at 11 o'clock at night after a full clinical day. They have a team of copywriters doing it during business hours. You are not competing with other solo practitioners anymore. You are competing with venture-backed companies that have made therapist acquisition their entire business model. They are subsidizing lower rates. They are dominating the top of every search result on that platform, and they are doing it at a scale a solo practitioner cannot match by optimizing their bio or those 3 boxes. This is not a problem you can write your way out of. Now, here's the part that I find genuinely fascinating, and most therapists have never thought about this. For years, Psychology Today offered therapists a badge to put on their website. You've seen it, the little verified little stamp thing, right? The idea was that it added credibility to your site, signaled potential clients that you were a real licensed professional. Therapists put it everywhere, on their home pages, their about pages, their contact page. Thousands of therapists, tens of thousands of therapists, all linking back to Psychology Today from their website. Think about what that does. Here's what it means in SEO terms. Every one of those badges is a backlink, a link from your website pointing to Psychology Today, telling Google that Psychology Today is a credible, authoritative source worth paying attention to. Multiply that by every therapist who ever put that badge on their website over the past 15 years, and you have one of the most powerful domain authority building campaigns probably in the history of mental health marketing on the internet. Psychology Today is now one of the most SEO credible websites in the mental health space. They rank for almost everything, and therapists put that there for them for free while competing harder and harder for smaller and smaller share of the attention that platform could possibly provide through all of those backlinks. I don't think they planned it that way. I think it was a happy accident, but it was a brilliant one. And it was a big part of why they now have the power that they have in the search game right now. You gave them the power, so did I. The third thing that changed is where clients are actually starting their search, and this continues to change today. So when Psychology Today launched, if you were a client looking for a therapist, you went to a directory. You typed in your zip code, you filtered by insurance or specialty, and you scrolled. That's not how it works now for a lot of private pay clients, especially the ones you actually want to work with. They're starting on Google. They're starting on ChatGPT and Claude. They're asking AI to recommend a couples therapist in their city, and they're getting a short list before they've even opened a single directory. Then they're looking at Google Maps reviews. Then They're watching YouTube videos and deciding what your vibe is like and if they want to work with the person that the algorithm suggested for them. By the time a private pay client with real resources opens Psychology Today, many of them have already decided on one or two people they want to contact. They're using the directory to confirm, not discover. So just hang on to that tidbit. Psychology Today went from being a discovery engine to being just a confirmation stop on a meaningful segment for the private pay market. That's a fundamental shift in how it creates value for you, and most therapists are still treating it like it's 2012. So here's what I want you to actually take from this. I'm not telling you to cancel your Psychology Today listing. Keep it. It still has some referral value, and it still shows up in the search results, and it costs almost nothing to maintain. A current profile with a clear niche and a real photo is still worth having. But there's a difference between a listing and a marketing strategy. A listing is something you set up and you maintain. A marketing strategy is something you build, control, optimize for, check results, and you just compound over time. This is what I run for our students. Something where the work you do today is still working for you years from now. A Psychology Today profile is a seat in someone else's stadium, and that stadium keeps getting more crowded. And the best seats keep going to the teams with the biggest budgets. The therapists I see building real private pay stability right now are not the ones with the most optimized Psychology Today bios. They are the ones who stopped waiting for referrals they can't control and started building channels they actually own. Their own web presence, their own content, their own offer stack that doesn't depend on any single platform deciding how to rank them. The model is the problem, not your profile. I spent years trying to get better at playing a game that was already changing. And I was one of the people who was there in the beginning when it wasn't rigged, when it actually worked the way it was supposed to. So I know the difference between a platform that's working for you and the one you're just feeding. If you're still doing the math on your Psychology Today profile, hoping a better photo or a more specific bio is going to move the needle, I want you to have a more honest conversation about what's actually happening in this market. I just wrote a book called Make More Offers. It follows a fictional therapist named Luke who figures out the hard way that his business model is the problem, not his clinical skills and not his profile. I figured that therapists, we listen to stories all day long, and so wouldn't it make sense that the easiest way to learn marketing is through story? And that's what this book does. Now, it's one of the most direct things that I've put together on what actually changes a practice and its referral stream. The link is in the description. Go read it. Thanks for watching. I hope you got some tips about what's changing on Psychology Today now. And as always, like and subscribe for more of the videos that I'm putting out this summer. Thanks.